Despite being the best open world game of all time, GTA 5 still has so many things that make absolutely no sense. In this video, we're going to take a look at some pretty funny ones that just confuse us when we actually pay attention to them. Beginning with NPCs trying to fill up gas, and you might think this one's oddly specific, but watch what happened in this gameplay. This moment actually helped me come up with this video idea in the first place. So an NPC woman goes into the gas station, parks her vehicle up next to the gas tank. You'd think she'd go up to the gas tank to get some gas in her car, but instead what she does is just slowly walks away from the gas station, goes in the middle of the road, a couple cars almost run over her, and eventually I actually point my sniper scope on her, and then she gets scared and starts running away. Where in the world was she going? She was just leaving her car and trying to get run over? Is that it? You would think it makes a lot more sense for her to actually do some sort of animation to put some gas in her car, and it's kind of a bummer that we don't have that animation because it would make the game feel a lot more realistic if NPCs can do that. And I feel like it's a pretty simple animation, so it should be pretty easy for Rockstar to implement it into the game. You saw me pointing at her and then at her vehicle. I was trying to tell her, like, lady, are you just gonna leave your car stranded? I even got inside of her car. It was unlocked, by the way, so she forgot to lock it too. What is the logic here, Rockstar? If you're gonna actually get NPCs to park right up next to the gas tanks, at least give them some sort of animation. Don't have them walking away in a random direction, and in this case it made no sense for her to go in the middle of the road. And this actually goes for all NPCs getting out of their vehicle, because sometimes you'd see NPCs parking in a parking garage or something like that and then walking away, but if you end up following them for hours and hours and hours, they would just do circles around the city, like they wouldn't actually go anywhere. Maybe it'd be better for them to actually be able to enter apartment buildings or something like that, just to make it feel more realistic, because I mean they're just doing a freaking walkathon endlessly after parking their vehicle. Don't follow NPCs after they get out their vehicle, because you're gonna be wasting your time. They just go on a walk forever and ever. For whatever reason, when getting inside of a night shark, which can withstand a couple of explosions before it fully blows up, you can actually trigger it to blow up in your hand and nothing would happen to you. The only thing that takes damage is the car, and that would be one explosion, but nothing happens to your arm or nothing. So inside of a night shark, even if you don't get to throw the grenade in time, don't worry, because you could just let it blow up in your hand and nothing would happen. Nice. I don't think there's the most amount of logic in that one, but let's move on to another one, which is Invincible Objects. There's many objects on the map that are completely invincible, but they shouldn't be. One of them being the volleyball nets on the beach. If you've ever had a desire to drive a car through the volleyball net to maybe rip it and have a satisfying feeling, think again, because those volleyball nets are complete rocks. You can't move them or anything. They're completely unmovable and invincible. We can throw 20 sticky bombs on it, blow them up all at the same time, nothing would happen. We can run into it with the heaviest vehicle in the game, the giant dump truck, and it wouldn't move whatsoever. Things like that make absolutely no sense why we can't tear it down or at least just knock it over. Last time I checked, the net should have some more realistic mechanics. Hopefully they actually fix that in GTA 6, because I am expecting some beach volleyball to be there. How does it make sense that some fences in the game are completely indestructible and some are? For example, around the airport, the fences are there and they look exactly the same like other fences, but they are invincible like the volleyball nets. Usually I'd go up to them and knock them over with one shot of the up and atomizer and that's it. It does make sense for them to make it a bit harder to enter places like the airport or the military base, but if you're gonna have indestructible fences, at least make them look different so we know they're indestructible. Maybe they should have given them a different color or just a different style fence so we know which ones are destructible and which aren't. On top of that, there's so many other different examples of things that we should be able to knock over, but for whatever reason we can't even move them. Trees are just yet another example, but let's move on to the next one. Then we have the most useless vehicle in GTA Online, the Vapid Slam Truck. When it first came out a couple years ago, I was really excited to be able to take other players' vehicle on the back of mine. Little did I know, after spending over $1.3 million on this thing, it is completely useless. Any car that you drive onto the back of it is just gonna start slipping off after like 10 seconds of the slam truck carrying it. It gets even worse because the slam truck itself, handling wise and speed wise, it is absolutely terrible. Whatever you do, don't waste your money on this vehicle because it's extremely poor in performance, and the fact it's not able to do what it's meant for just makes it completely useless. At least make it so the car just stays in place once it's on the back of this vehicle. I don't know why Rockstar decided to do this. They should have made it where at least the vehicle that's on the back of the slam truck doesn't move. Maybe it's stuck on there until someone drives it off, but it just slips off right away. It's annoying. If you actually want to keep a vehicle on the back of there, you need someone someone in the vehicle you're carrying and you need them to constantly be driving forward. That's how bad it is. On the topic of vehicles, let's ask ourselves why there's a $1 million go-kart in GTA Online. The cheaper go-kart is just under 900,000 and the more expensive one is just under $1 million, but with customization, they're probably both gonna be over $1 million each. People did have some fun with them when they first came out, but honestly, after that, nobody started using them because, I mean, they're overpriced and not worth the money whatsoever. Does it make sense that a limousine in GTA Online costs about $30,000 and a freaking go-kart costs over $1 million with customization? I was literally scrolling through Southern San Andreas and I see on the same website we have a limousine for $30,000 and freaking go-karts for $1 million. Not only are they not very fast, but they also tend to spin out quite a lot when you go around the city, so try not to make any sharp turns, otherwise you're going to be spinning out with $1 million little toy car. I'd say it's only worth a couple $10,000, and even that's crazy when you compare it to a $30K limousine. Next up are all the amazing mansions we have in GTA Online that we're not able to buy. Rockstar made so many nice looking mansions and different houses around the map that are just standing rocks. They don't have any purpose. This map is a masterpiece, but it's such a shame that we're not able to take advantage of all the amazing locations of amazing looking mansions. Unfortunately, they're just aesthetically nice looking solid objects that we can't do anything with. I've mentioned it in a previous video that Rockstar could do a whole DLC update just about new mansion and new mansion interiors in GTA. We do have the stilt houses, which offer us a few different mansions, but honestly, they could do a lot better. Even if they turn out to be extremely expensive, which they probably would be at least a few $1 million for the really nice ones, at least you're not spending over $1 million on a useless go-kart or a useless slam truck. Next thing that doesn't make sense is inside of the CEO office, and it has to do with your assistant at the front desk. If you actually go up to her and check what she's doing on the computer, you're gonna see that she's writing some sort of email or some sort of letter. Now, the CEO offices came out so many years ago at this point, and she's still on that same email. What are you struggling with so much that you're still stuck on that same email? Like, do you need some help? Can I help you in any way? A 5-year-old doing a college midterm would make more progress than you. Like, what is going on? What do I pay you for? In the course of 7 years, this assistant managed to write just 2 words and she's still stuck. Hopefully, eventually she'll finish this essay and finally turn it into the teacher, because I think the teacher's a little mad. Talk about a late assignment. I mean, this woman is just way out of school by now. It's funny because she actually does a typing animation, but nothing is being done on that computer for so long now. Comment some things down below that might make it into the next episode of Things That Don't Make Sense in GTA Online. If you enjoyed, help the video out by dropping a like on it and subscribe if you are new to the channel so you don't miss any more awesome videos like these. And click the video on screen now for some secret websites you didn't know about in GTA Online. I hope you all enjoyed that video, and peace.